Hello. Well, that was a trigger happy finger. Welcome to another episode of the Nana Yayabua Show or podcast, wherever you're watching us. My name is Nana Yayabua. Today's episode is very, very important, especially in this atmosphere of inflation and absurd mortgages and whatnot. We all need to know what to do with our monies, how to keep our monies and make our monies grow for us. So I have my very good friend here with me, Andy.
Hi, Nana. How are you doing?
I am doing marvelous, Andy. I am
That's
doing
awesome. That's
marvelous.
awesome. I'm happy to be here with all of you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. So please, before we proceed, if you have not subscribed to the Nanaya Yebua Show, please do subscribe and follow us, like us on YouTube, Instagram, and or Facebook. We are all there. Now, back to the art of financial planning. Yes, financial planning, it's as much as it's an art, it also involves some creativity. Many of us have that creative, artistic understanding of how to plan our lives. For most of us, maybe we're thinking of working till 65 and then we go. But if we could do something better, how can we do it? And that is where you get a person like Andy coming in as a financial coach. Andy,
Yes.
what is a financial coach?
So, financial coach basically is very similar to financial advisor. The people you go to the banks, they may be an insurance agent and stuff like that. However, financial coach is a little bit more than just a financial advisor or a financial representative. Maybe
Hmm.
sometimes you go to the banks, you have some investment question, then they will drag you into the room and they explain about what kind of investment, what kind of mutual funds, what kind of GIC do they have. But financial coach, what they do is actually not just selling you the product, but actually like a financial planner to understand your goal first. Because we
Okay.
always saying that like investment, insurance, mortgages, those are just the tool to help you to achieve something you want to achieve.
Hmm.
But we don't plan our finance just buying a tool. We want to find out what you want to achieve first and then
Okay.
find the right tool to help you to achieve it. Because like a financial advisor, most of the time they only have insurance background, investment background. They cannot overlook everything for a family. Plus, I would say that some some of a family that they told me that every time they go to the banks, they talk to a different person. And that
Yes.
person, they don't know their family, they don't know their goals, they don't know their kids. And sometimes they just pushing for sales. And sometimes they are
Okay.
not so comfortable, you know, like talking to the people that don't know their family situation. And probably
Yes.
next year, the person is already moved to other company already, right? So
Yes. It
that's
will be
why
a
as a
different.
financial coach, it's kind of like a long-term partnership
Okay.
with a family instead of just selling them a product.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, so from what I gather from you, it seems that many of us need to find a financial coach to understand where we're coming from, our financial story, and where we want to end up. So, if you're thinking about, say, Freedom 55, you want to retire early, I need somebody like a financial coach um, who, who also actually yours is also embed some financial advising as well. So yours
Absolutely.
is like a full house thing. Now I am curious.
Yes.
Everybody has a story.
Yes.
Everybody started from somewhere.
Mm,
Andy, tell me a little bit. Actually, not me. Your viewers, the people who are listening, who want to understand this art of financial planning. How did you get into this financial coaching? What
I
is
would
your story?
I would say that my story, I believe, is the same as a lot of people's story in Canada. So I'm from Hong Kong back
Mhm.
in 1999, that time, right? Just like a kids like coming to Canada, like go to school, university, graduated, and after graduation, you work with a company like a 9 to 5, right?
Yes.
And working 9 to 5 in Canada nowadays, it seems like not enough. So that's why I
Yes.
decide at that time I have a side hustle, which is maybe 15 years ago. I have a side hustle doing a DJ for weddings.
Yes.
So Monday to Friday, I have my daytime job. In my mid 20s, I do DJ for weddings, and you make pretty good money, like
Mhm.
maybe around a couple $100 a night and stuff like that. And I have
Yes.
been working like this for a couple years, and like Monday to Sunday kind of work. And one day, my best friend come to me. He said that, Handy, you work so hard for money. Do you know how money can work hard for you so that one day
Mhm.
stop working on money and do
Mhm.
something that you like? Of course, as Chinese, we are money motivated, so that's how I come to like like I have the first idea of what financial coaching is, because my friend was a financial coach at that time.
Okay.
And after he showed me about financial coaching, how to plan your finance, they understand, like he tried to understand my goals. Like I want to retire at 55 or even earlier, right? And he said that, Andy, by doing what you're doing right now,
You will
you might
not.
not able to achieve your goal. And he showed me step by step on what I need to look at and have a
Mhm.
system for me to follow the plan so that I can achieve that goal. And I was so amazed about, like, even though I can tell you for my undergrad degree, I study finance. I know every
Oh,
single word of like those kind of investment and stuff like that.
yes.
But when you put it together, it's just like normal people. I do some couple mistake that like people make, right? And he, as a
Mhm.
his coaches, what he do, he helped me to correct my mistake, help me to move me back at the right path, so that I have a system, so that they give me a system that what I need to do step by step in order to achieve my goal. So that's why I was so amazed, and I learned a lot from him. And he invited me, you know what? Since you're so interested about like money, and I know a lot of people need this kind of help, right? So that's why I said
Yes.
that maybe it's kind of like a good career for me to start part time, because
Yes.
at that time at my job, like when I was doing DJ, 1 year I hurt my back. I have to give all my DJ to gig to other people, and I start
Mhm.
thinking, how long can I keep doing my DJ job?
Yes.
So I need to
Yes.
move ahead to think about something that is not that physical and can last long, right?
Yeah.
And I found that financial coaching career is very rewarding in terms of not only helping other people, not only the compensation, but also for myself to help myself to move forward, right? Because we
Yeah.
only live once in a life.
That's
You
true.
better make a good good decision on money, or else, like, there is no way back, right? There is not another 30 years old, there is not other 20 years old, and time just passed like this, right? So
That
that's
is
how I
right.
come into
Yeah.
it.
Okay. All right. So you've explained to us the difference between a financial coach and the advisor, and your personal story into coming into being a financial coach. I know I met you through a similar, things, but I'm one of those, clients that are very hard-headed to to do. I know. I know. I'll get there. Yes. So you in having a conversation with you in the back, so for instance, somebody like me who is in my mid 40s, I come
Mm,
to you and I say, okay, Andy, um this is what I do. I'm a registered nurse by profession, and
mm-hmm.
this is my earnings. And I'm looking at, for instance, retiring by age 55. So I have, say, about maybe 10 years. If I go to 60, I have about 15 years.
Yes.
So for somebody with something like this life story, how would you help with that financial blueprint, as you call it? So explain to us what the financial blueprint is, and then using my story, kind of break it down.
Okay, so first of all, financial blueprint, I would say that it's like a financial plan. And why we call it like a blueprint? Because doing a financial planning is like building the house. Like
Yes.
the house start from a foundation, and
Mm-hmm.
in finance, the foundation what we call is an income protection. So income protection is so important in terms of the financial planning because as a family, husband and wife they bring home money so
Mm-hmm.
that they have money to spend like on your monthly expense every month. But
Mm-hmm.
if something happened, this income is not coming in, then
Mm-hmm.
basically it's very hard for a company to for a family to survive. So that's why when we do our financial house, one of the first part of financial planning is what we call income protection or what we call protection management, right?
Okay.
After you have enough protection management, just to protect in case something happens, then we do another thing like how to do budgeting because a lot of family they know how much money coming in because every 2 weeks you're probably looking at your paycheck and see if it's coming to your bank account, right? But not a
Yes.
lot of people know. They know how much money coming in, but they don't know where the money going most of the time. So that's why in our financial blueprint, we also will look
Mm-hmm.
at their budgeting, right? Sometimes we find people overspending money on different areas, and sometimes they don't realize that too.
Yes.
And when we do the budgeting for them, we find out that they had actually saved maybe a couple $100 every month on something that they don't need to spend on
Mm-hmm.
in order to achieve their goal. Because a lot of people look at right now, the pressure, the happy right now, but they forget they have a long-term goal they need to achieve. And
Yes.
sometimes people they don't understand, like in order to achieve some bigger goal, you need to sacrifice something today.
Mm-hmm.
So in the budgeting, we help people to find out is there somewhere to save. I actually last week I helped a 24 years old ladies to help them to do the financial planning. And when we do the budgeting, we find out that she actually spent $400 every month on nails. And I don't know, like nails can cost that much.
They do.
They do. And I tell her that instead of
Pedicure,
every week,
manicure, almost 100
almost
a
100,
week.
right? Every
Yes.
time. Then I guess every week he should change her nail every weeks. So
Yes.
I said that what if instead of like changing nail every week, how about do it bi-weekly? Maybe you can save $200 from there. And
Mm-hmm.
this $200 can help you to buy your house in 5 years' time. So now they should understand like how important to keep track on her spending because
Expenses. Okay.
we always saying that when we invest, when we buy a stock, when we look at the company, how the company doing, right? We want to
Yes.
look at the income, but we also want to look at the expense and see are they
Expenses.
making profit, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
determine should we buy that company or not in terms of the
Mm-hmm.
investment.
Yes.
If a company, in order to determine the success, we need to look at the income and expense. If a family want to have the success in their finance, how can we not keeping track on our expense as well? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why this is an exercise that we help people to to do in when we do the financial blueprint, right? And in the blueprint also we look at the debt situation because we
Mm-hmm.
find out a lot of people when they have debts, it's very hard for them to save. We
Yes.
want to see if there's any ways they can like lower the debt payment, pay off the debt sooner, so that they can save more to their goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there is a lot people pay a lot of tax on the income, or
Mm-hmm.
they not utilizing some government program like RRSP, TFSA to save taxes on their
Mm-hmm.
investment, right? We also look at those. And the last thing that we got to look at is maybe some of the goals and dream. Like for example, some people want to save money for the kids' education. Is
Yes.
there any ways to maximize the government program, right? Some people want to buy a house, some people want to go to vacation. Those kind of things involve money. We also will put in the plan so that it show people how to step by step to correct every single layer so that they
Mm-hmm.
can everything is aligned to their goal. That's what the financial blueprint look like. And Nana, when you mentioned that, let's say for example, like you are 40 years old, although you don't look like 40 years old to me, okay, but
Okay.
but like I so first of all I would like understand your goal first. Let's say you say that you want to retire at 55, and you know what, a lot of people want to retire at 55. Now you have to retire early to enjoy life, right? No one want to retire at 65 and start enjoying life at 65. But the
Yes.
key is this: retirement is not about your age. It's really about how much money you save. We always say
Mm-hmm.
that if you are at 65, if you don't save enough money, you still need to work. But at 55, you save enough money, you can stop working. It's all about money that you save. Some people, even though they are 70, if they don't save enough money, they have to keep working. I do have another client that I meet like last year, 72 years old, and he is still driving Uber every day because he need to clear his mortgage. So
Yeah.
that's why what we want to find out with your case is, first of all, Nana, how much money you need to save by 55. And
Mm-hmm.
how to find out how much money you need to save by 55 is to find out how much money you want to have when you retire. I mean, in terms of on the monthly basis. Let's say,
Okay.
Nana, you said that when I retire, I want to have 5,000 a month. Today's money.
How did you read my mind?
Oh yeah, you want to have 5,000? Okay, because a lot of people they don't have an idea how much money they need to save. So we find out how much you want to spend first to have
Mm-hmm.
your retirement life. Let's say $5,000 every month.
Mm-hmm.
And then we work backward. Is if you need 5,000 every month from 55 maybe to 85, then we need to calculate with a software. You were telling you if you want to have 5,000 every month, maybe you need to save 800,000 or a million. So
Mm-hmm.
your goal from now, 40 years old to 55, one thing and one thing only is how to get that number. You can buy a lot of house and sell a lot of house. You can do a lot of business. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as at
As you get
55
that number.
you get that number, you're done. You achieve everything you want to achieve in your career life, and you start enjoying, because that numbers that you get will generate an income every month, $5,000 to you for the rest of your life.
But isn't that dependent on the investment vehicles you put in?
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's why I said that, first of all, you need to find out where the destination is first,
Yes.
and then we'll show you step by step on
The
what
path
kind
to
of
get there.
vehicle
Okay. All right.
to
Okay.
help you, like what kind of investment to help you to achieve that goal faster.
Mm-hmm. 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 Wow. Wow. There is a lot in there that one will have to do. Now, we say this, and it sounds so great listening to you
Mm, thank you.
talking about financial blueprint and how do we call it, all this. How, in your experience, how do you find it, if for clients, is it difficult for them to follow, or many of them are able to follow a blueprint when you set it, when you guys come together and formulate it?
So basically, I would say that is, although I talk a lot, sounds like a lot of things is complicated, but in our blueprint, we try to make it more on graphic, more like a simple term, so that everybody can
Mhm.
understand, right? So
Yes.
we will kind of tell, let's say some of the thing is, let's say if you want to retire at 65, this is how much you need to save. But you see the
Yes.
amount that you're saving cannot like is, I cannot save that much. Then we will show you another number. So instead of
Hmm.
maybe you saving $500 a month and retire as 65, maybe you can start saving $300 first, so that at
Okay.
least you can
Yeah.
secure at 70 years old, you can have enough money for retirement. Because nowadays I
Hmm.
would say that people, they don't know where they're heading because they have nobody guiding them. A lot of
Yes.
people think that, oh, maybe retirement is just about saving money, but they don't. Re- they what they missing is maybe, oh, if they can pay off the debt sooner, they can
Mm-hmm.
have more money to save. Or maybe
Mm-hmm.
they find out that they overspending some money on auto insurance, home insurance. Maybe they
Yes.
can save some money in that area so that they have more money to save.
Yes.
Actually, I can tell you there is couple mistake that people make. If they make that couple mistake, they can miss a lot of money for retirement. So that's why our goal is to, as a financial coach, is kind of like it's a partnership um, with a family, help them to avoid those kind of mistakes that they make along their career life so that they can
Could
achieve their
you
goal.
share with the listeners, so people, if you're coming in the middle of this conversation with Andy Trent, Andy is a financial coach and he helps individuals and families, create a financial blueprint. He's been doing this for quite a while. Started as a side hustle to become a main hustle. And we all make mistakes financially, no matter how some of us believe we are well, financially in tune, myself included. If I tell you the unnecessary mistakes I have made, sometimes I feel like spanking myself. Yeah. So, in your experience, what are some of the challenges, the financial errors some people have made, and how you've helped them come back on track?
I would say that um, because every day we deal with a lot of different financial representative. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say when you go for insurance, you will looking for insurance agent to help you to set up an insurance plan. When you need a mortgage, then you will go to a mortgage advisor to
Mm-hmm.
help you to get a mortgage. Or sometime, let's say if you want to have a kids education plan, you will go to the like the education plan, education saving plan. There's agent
Yeah.
to help you to get the plan is from
Yeah.
them, right?
So it's
But
all fragmented.
yes, absolutely. But the thing is, sometimes, let's say you go to the mortgage agent. The
Mm-hmm.
mortgage agent think about it. What is their goal? Their goal is to make sure that you have money to pay for your mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
But would they care you have enough money for retirement?
Mm-hmm.
Probably they don't. And an insurance agent, probably what they want to do as an insurance company, they want to make sure that you buy an insurance from them. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
sometime they don't really educating family how much money, how much coverage you need.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, a lot of people when people when they buy life insurance, they buy 100,000, 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
But what is that 100,000 and 200,000 means?
Yeah.
And in our financial coaching, basically, we always say that you buy something, you spend money on something is for a reason. And
Yes.
let's say, particularly on life insurance, you want to have a peace of mind. And a peace of mind to different people is different kind
It's
of,
different. Yeah.
it's different, right? Some people, their peace of mind is to, if something happened to me, I mourn my wife and my kids. Don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about that. Or some
Yeah.
people to them is I bring home $5,000 every month. What if happened to me?
Yes.
The 5,000 is not coming in anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What their life
Mm-hmm.
gonna look like? So some people
Yeah.
use insurance to replace the income. Maybe they want
Oh,
to at least have the income for the family until the kids at least turn 25 years old. So
yes.
everything they want to achieve that can come up with a numbers. That numbers equal to what we call family protection number. So
Oh,
so that's
okay.
why we said that people, but the insurance, let's say you go to the insurance agent, the first question they ask you is, Mr. Clients, what is your budget for
Mm-hmm.
your insurance? And they tell you maybe around $100, $200, and they will sell you something that $100, $200 what you can get, but they never show people like what kind of other option,
Options
because
are there.
insurance agent make money by helping people to buy insurance.
Yeah.
They don't have like a, they won't tell you that hey, you should buy a not so expensive insurance and you should save money in different place for your retirement. So that's
Yes.
why um, the mistake that I would say that people have is they when it's come to finance, they
Mm-hmm.
don't like we in school we all got taught like get a good grade, get a good job, and you know
Yes.
how to
Yes.
get a job and make money and have a good life, right? But when it's
Yes.
come to managing money, not a lot of people have education on it. So that's why I would say that is the most important mistake that people make is they don't have a trustworthy financial professional to help them
Mm-hmm.
to look at their family situation.
Wow.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah. So you've been mentioning family protection quite
Numbers.
yes, numbers and insurance quite a bit. Um and maybe this will be you kind of going back over it. So how does one get to know their family protection number?
Okay, so in just to give you some idea, right?
Like
In
when
our
I come to you, take me as a client, I come to you and I say, Andy, um, you know, I've heard about family protection number. This is my plan, like the plan I told you about. How do I, you
get the
help me
numbers.
get that number? Yeah.
Absolutely. So we in our financial coaching or when we talk about specifically for life insurance, we just mentioned that everybody have different kind of peace of mind means to them.
Hmm.
So in our financial blueprint, what we ask them is if something happened to you, we have DIME. And what is DIME stand for? Debt. D stand for debt. If something happened to you, Nana, do you want your family taking care of all the debt by themselves?
Hmm.
And most of people they don't want to leave the debt to other people, right?
Yes.
So if something happened to you, you do you want your debt like covered?
Yes.
Yes. So I stand for income replacement. Hey Nana, I know that you work so hard every day, and I know that you bring home like 4 or 5 thousand every month to support your
Hmm.
family, to raise up your kid and stuff like that. If something happened to you, your 5,000 is not coming in anymore.
Hmm.
How much money do your family need from your income every month to maintain their living expense, the quality
Hmm.
of life? Then maybe you tell me that, hey Andy, maybe 3,000 is enough or 4,000 is enough.
Hmm.
And I will ask you how long do you need those money for them?
Hmm.
So that what we call an income replacement. M
Okay.
stand for mortgage. If something happened to you, do you want to have your mortgage covered?
Hmm.
Some people want, some people they don't want. It depends. And the last one is E. E stand for education, kids education. If something happened to you, do you want to leave some money for your kids so that they don't need to worry about their university education,
Hmm.
postgraduate education?
Hmm.
Or E can stand for expense, final expense. If something happened to you, do you want to have your final expense covered? So by understanding what the peace of mind means to this family, we can
Hmm.
add up the numbers like how much that you have. If something happened to you, then maybe there's 10,000. Like car loan, like student loan, like line of credit, like credit card. And you don't want to have your spouse to taking care or your family member taking care of the debt that you have.
Yeah.
And income protection, right? Income
Hmm.
replacement, mortgages, expense. So we add everything up together, and that number will be your family protection numbers.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it can be 500,000, sometimes can be 700,000. Nowadays, a lot of people they actually need a million.
I, I I was thinking so. I would need a million too.
Absolutely, absolutely. But buying a million insurance, there is different type of insurance available in the market.
Hmm.
So that's why we help people to understand which one will be the best appropriate for
To
them according
appropriate
to
for
the
them.
yeah
Okay.
according to
Okay.
the situation, right? And you
Mm.
know what I like I can I talk to a lot of families and I ask them what kind of insurance um, you have, how much coverage you have. Most of people either they have it or they don't have it. They don't have it
Mm-hmm.
is because they never come across it. They don't know why they need to have it, or they have it from work. And most of
Mm-hmm.
people they say that they have it from work, but they don't actually know how much is the coverage.
Yes.
So that's why I said that if your family is so important to you, but you don't know how much coverage if something happened to you, then would you have a peace of mind if something happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why find out how much you actually need.
Mm-hmm.
And because nowadays if people just buy 100, 200,000, 300,000 without knowing the goal, without knowing what is this money for, sometimes the money is coming in and they cannot serve the purpose and still leave the
Mm-hmm.
money, still leave a lot of struggle to the family as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Wow.
that's what we call the family protection numbers that people need
I
to know.
wish many of us had the opportunity to have, conversations about our finances and, have a financial coach to help us put our futures together. And I pray that, within a Canadian context, people watching here and have some valuable, like this conversation is valuable to them for them to start thinking on their future and how to put systems in place to live okay because how do we call it I don't know. I saw this quote somewhere that said the future is going to be expensive. How do we survive this, for instance, inflation? So as you talking, I kept thinking about the way it is going right now, the inflation that has hit our systems. And you did mention also, I'm not sure whether back before we came on, people remortgaging and the mortgage rates are going from say 3,000 to 4,000 or 4,000 to 6,000 ridiculously, and the cost of living is not, our pays are not being raised as much. So there is a lot of difficulty going on. So I want to hear from you, amidst all these difficulties, how do we even make sense of all
Okay,
this?
so yes, like inflation is high, and a lot of people like myself, we experience like the gas price going up. I remember
Yes.
20 years ago when I come to Canada, the gas price is only like 40 cents, like
Yeah,
50
yeah.
cents back in the
39
time.
cents, 39 cents, 40 cents, then went up to 67 cents, and then God
And
knows,
now
right?
it's like a 150, right? So inflation is happening, it's
Yeah.
slowly, but it's happening. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, that's why especially nowadays, and actually I was preparing a workshop on Saturday talking about inflation, the mortgage and stuff like that, right?
Yes,
We find
yes,
out from last year till this year, actually there's more people living paycheck to paycheck. And in the
yes,
statistics saying that nowadays 53% of people are living paycheck to paycheck.
yes,
53%. And the main reason why people living paycheck to paycheck is because the, the income is not going up, but the
up.
cost of living is going
It's going
up.
up. Yes,
So
yes,
that's why when we do the exercise on the blueprint, we want to help first of all is yes, the expense is going up. First of all, don't spend something on something not necessary
yes.
first to lower your expense to make save some money maybe in different area like maybe there is a cheaper auto insurance, maybe there is a cheaper home insurance, maybe
Mm-hmm.
or you don't have to pay money to Rogers to watch the like 10 channels of NBA. Maybe you can do something else like watch, like myself, I watch the highlight right instead of watching the whole games on YouTube is free. And there's a lot of things that first of all
Yeah.
we need to control our expense.
Okay.
The second one is we need to find more income. To be honest with you, nowadays we always say that Now, 9 to 5 is really just here for you to pay the bills.
Yes.
If you want to achieve something in life, is how you manage the time after 9 to 5. Some people they can work on their budgeting, they control their budget so they can save
Mm-hmm.
more money. Some people they can learn a new income skill set or they go to drive Uber.
Yeah.
Everybody need to have a second source of income just in case. We experience a lot of people that during the COVID time, actually there's two type of people happen. Like two type of people how do I say? Two type of people they appear, not disappear is to show up. Either people they don't have money because they lose their job, and the second type
Okay.
of people they have more money because they have nowhere to spend their money. Either way, both of them they need to learn about how to manage their money better.
Yeah.
When you have
Mm-hmm.
money not spending, you save up a lot. How can you accelerate your goals and dream?
Yeah.
Maybe retire early and stuff like that. If you manage your money properly during that time, I can tell you, although the job market is really bad, like the market we don't seem is good, but the past 2 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
the stock market from the low to up actually is go more than 30% if you do it
Oh,
properly.
yes.
The investment market, the stock market is going like up. When you just look at the after the pandemic till now,
Mm-hmm.
it's up like 20 30%.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say that um, first of all, start managing your money first.
Mm-hmm.
We always say that we are in the financial map. Everybody on the financial map. You know where you want to be, but not a lot of people know where they are. My job is to find out where they are, where they want to go, and find the most efficient way to achieve your goal. So that's
Yeah.
why number one thing in order to face the coming inflation or uncertainty, first of
Yeah.
all, you need to be real to yourself, to put everything that you have to understand where you are at this moment, where you are on the
Beautiful.
financial map. Once you
Beautiful.
realize what you're doing, what are the mistakes that I make in the past, and then you can try to correct it. Try to find
Mm-hmm.
out, like, what is a better way. Oh, I don't make enough income. Maybe should I get a new job? Should I make some extra money? And that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Because time passed so fast, I can tell you, everybody go to work 9 to 5, and they have to wake up 2 hours early, and they travel back home, and then afterward you still have to make food at home.
Yes,
Probably that
that's
time is
true.
around 9 p.m. You have to sleep because you work so hard during the day,
Yes,
and day by day by day, time pass so fast, and
that's
people
true.
start like they don't have time to really review for themselves.
Yes.
So that's why I would say that first of all, understand where you are. If you don't know how to do it, feel free to come to me. We do this financial planning for people actually for free because we want to have more people to understand the goal and how they can achieve better in their life, right?
Yes. So I just you were talking, I'm taking notes. I'm in school,
Mm.
the school of Andy. So so let me just summarize the last 3 points that I really got this in, part of the conversation, which you ended up with understanding where you are on this financial map, and the thought that time is of essence and the value of time. It's to be mindful of the value of time and its essence. And number three, with all this inflation and everything, either to get a side hustle or
Mhm.
to how do you call it, take out man you know
Some of the
unnecessary,
unnecessary.
yes, of the unnecessary stuff. So instead of sitting there watching TV, you can just hit the trails, go for a walk, clear your mind, get in some exercise,
And
and that
listen to
is a
Nana
better
show, right?
alternative. Yes, and listen to the Nana Yaya show and have Andy teach you about some, financial planning goals and all those stuff. Yeah. So when you talk, it's like this acronym DIME. It's just a dime, but it is powerful. For looking at debt, income replacement, mortgage, education, and your final expense. I think we need to be having more of these conversations to sensitize people, because this is one of the things that we've not been doing that much. And before we go, you did say one thing that is really, really important, that you said retirement is about how much money you save. And it's like,
Mm.
man, oh. So, viewers, we are almost to the end, but not to the end with Andy, because there's so much to unpack. This is the first of the couple of conversations we're going to have financial planning, because it's very, very important. And Andy, being a financial coach, has the resources, the knowledge and expertise to have these conversations with us, to put our financial lives together properly. And also remember that time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Andy, what else do you have for us before we call it a day?
I would say that like everything you need to make a decision to yourself. You need to make a commitment for yourself, right? We
Mhm.
only live once in a life and time passed so fast. I remember like 15 years ago, I was like working hard like a lot of people, but working hard without a plan, working hard without knowing your goal, sometimes it's very tough. So that's why
Yeah.
when my friend talked to me, he said that you work so hard for money. Are you planning to work for money for the rest of life? I said no. Do you know how money can work hard for you?
Yeah.
Every day we spend 10 hours, no matter what you're doing, but actually we all work for money. And
Yes.
because we have to pay bills and stuff like that. But there is something more than just working for money. There is a lot of things you can enjoy in life.
Mm.
However, if we don't make a good decision on money and we actually get in the trap of like in paying bills and stuff like that, and we don't have an idea, we don't have a roadmap to help up to get out what you do, then
Mm.
life can be just finished like this, right? And
Yeah.
we have a saying is in Chinese, you say that if you born poor, it's not your problem. But if you die poor, it definitely 100%
Hold
is,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. This is good. If you are born poor, it's not your problem, or it's not your fault.
yeah,
If you are born poor, it's not your
fault.
it's
Oh,
uh, okay.
but if you
But
die
if you
poor,
die,
poor is
okay.
100% your responsibility.
Oh my goodness. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Wow. Which makes sense.
Yeah,
Which makes sense, because we are granted opportunities. So when you utilize the opportunities, the expectation that, you should die, relatively, you've done something for yourself and the next generation. Oh,
absolutely.
wonderful. So, viewers, we've come to the end of the Nana Yayabua show. This has been a fulfilling conversation with Andy Chung. Andy is a financial coach based here in Canada. In Where are you?
In Markham.
In Markham. Yeah, I know how to drive to get there, but the name escaped me. In so I'll be, we'll be putting Andy's information in the down below there somewhere. So when you watch this video, you check on the information and you can connect with Andy directly. If you're not able to connect with him, connect with me and I'll connect you with him. But we will be back with another conversation that looks like at healthcare professionals as getting our act together properly. And this is a topic that is very, very important for me. And Andy knows that.
Mm,
And it was based on that we kind of met. So I'll be looking forward to this conversation with you, Andy, as healthcare professionals working 12-hour shifts, and many of us coming out with backaches, for all these kind of issues. How do we put our financial lives properly together? So this conversation today was just for the general public. Next coming, I want us to focus on healthcare professionals
absolutely.
and
And
reach
actually,
out.
if
Yeah.
all the all the audience here, if you have anything you want to learn in the coming future, you can definitely leave it in the comment,
Yes.
so that we can maybe cover what you want to know a little bit more in
Okay,
the Nana show
beautiful.
as well in the future, right?
That is right. That is perfect. So guys, we are at the end of this. Thank you so much for watching the Nanaya Yebua show with Andy Cheng, my financial expert coach. Uh,